Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk.
What up? Big Herc 916. Getting down with Fresh Out. Prison Talk. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share the channel. Pick up some merchandise at freshoutseries.com. And wash your ass. Man, I like to lace you guys up on game and keep you out of trouble before you get in trouble. And I know a lot of people, they're fascinated with prison, fascinated with crime, and whether or not they would be able to survive a situation behind the wall. Well, let me tell you something about the two P's. Predators and punks. Those individuals in prison are always looking for a victim. And a lot of times they scout their victims out by trying to cop affection. See, you've never heard this term on the internet. You probably haven't heard this on any other prison channels either. Copping affection. Yeah. It's a psychological maneuver that predators and punks use to pull people into their circle where they can try to violate them or somehow use them for whatever needs they feel they have to carry out. Now, copping for affection, what exactly does that mean? It could mean that you have a known punk on the compound and they offer you something, commissary, their tray in the kitchen, to braid your hair, maybe give you some hygiene, let you use their phone time. That's not innocent in prison. On the street, it might just be, somebody that's cool, that's looking out, but in prison, they're trying to get something from you. And what they're doing is they're choosing up. If a punk gives you a bag of commissary, if a punk offers to just braid your hair all the time or give you their tray in the kitchen, you gotta be careful. Everybody's watching that. And everybody's recognizing that the punk is choosing you to be their boy, their muscle. You gotta watch out for that shit, man. And you gotta watch out for anyone who was known to be messing with punks on another yard, but now is trying to act like they're manned up. They call it manning up. This dude was busting some cheeks, some male cheeks on another compound, gets transferred, and now they trying to act like they on some man shit. And they might try to, bust a spread with you. Man, let's spread it up, man. Let's do this, let's do that, man. Let's get down, blah, 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 blah. And you might not know because maybe you don't know this person's background or you weren't at another institution with this individual. So you gotta always kind of be conscious or cautious. And I'm hoping you guys are never in this situation in prison because it's horrible. Horrible place to try to figure all this shit out. And if you didn't see this video, it's too late. But that former punk now trying to man up is looking for two things, whether or not they can turn you into a punk or maybe get punked themselves. I remember there was a cat in prison and he seemed kind of cool. I rolled up with me around the same time, hit the yard. I didn't know him from a bag of Top Ramen, but he was always looking out, worked the hallways. Some of these inmates that work the halls, they get extra shit from the guards. They can send messages from unit to unit. They can sneak in food and stuff like that because they get that luxury. Well, this cat used to, try to hook me up with stuff. Hey man, I got some of these burgers and shit because they used to make the burgers up in there, the bacon, egg, and cheese, hamburgers, and he would get hookups on other little knickknacks, and I had a fly perm up in there. He hooked up the perm stuff, and I was like, okay, cool. We didn't sleep in the same cell. He wasn't trying no funny shit, but whatever. Then another cat told me, he said, hey man, partner was messing with them punks on the street. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, he's messing with them punks on the street. And back in the day in the state, man, he had a punk boyfriend. And I ain't got nothing against punks, man. People who are, men who like other men. I'm not saying anything hateful. I'm just telling you this is what they call it in prison. So don't be offended, man. No disrespect. I'm just telling you the game so these youngsters can peep game. But he told me that, and after that, I immediately had to cut this individual off. Because if you carry on interacting with that person, the person that told me is going to be peeping game to see if I pull away. And if I don't, I'm suspect. And once you become suspect, man, it could lead to a world of problems because now your integrity is questioned. So you got to watch out, man. You got to watch out. I had a homie tell me, man, there was a cat up in the pen from one of the state spots he was at, and this dude was super swole, just yoked the hell out, yoked out. And came to the compound, to the yard, and was like, hitting weights and, doing his thing, and like, yeah, man, wop, 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 talking loud. And used to, offer the homie his tray. Like, hey, man, I'm cool. I got a locker full of shit, man. You want this tray, And the homie, he didn't have a whole lot. So he's like, yeah, man, I need some extra eggs and shit because, the portions are horrible. And then another cat said, hey, old boy was, he was busting them punks' cheeks up in the other spot he was at. He's like, what? You say what? He said, yeah, man, he was busting punk cheeks. He said, dude, he had a nut up on dude, like, man, you better, get up off me, man, and, squared up on him, man. And dude's like, what's happening? Man, just don't say nothing else to me, man. Stay away from me, man. Woo, woo, wop. And, he had to almost piece him up. But that was copping affection. A big swole cat trying to bait you in. Copping affection, man. There's all type of games, man. A lot of these dudes don't even know it, man. They get rocked right to sleep up in there. Dude get up in there, man, have you thinking he cool and try to put a cold move down and take your cheeks. So you got to be careful, man. Punks and predators, man. Punks and predators. Another thing you watch out for up in there, man, is dudes who go to the shower in their shower shoes with a towel around their waist. Don't nobody go to the shower with just a towel and their shower shoes. That is not cool. That's some predatorial shit. Predatorial in the sense they trying to see who's checking them out so that they can make their move when they get out the shower or later on at some point in time to see how much they can get from that person or how they can bust a move. Yeah, man, shower shoes and towel, nah, they on some weird shit, man. You wear your boots, you wear your sweats or your pants, you undress in the shower, and you get dressed before you leave the shower. You never walk to the shower with your shower shoes on and a towel around your waist. You don't let no dude come to your cell with a towel around their waist trying to conversate either on their way to the shower or on their way from the shower. You ain't trying to get your eyes busted, man. You're not trying to Peter gaze. Go put some damn clothes on. You never do you allow another man to come to your cell with their towel around their waist talking about they want to chop it up before they go get dressed. Nah, nigga, go put some clothes on. Can't go for that, man. But that's the type of shit they do. That's that predatorial shit, man. I'm telling you, that's that copping affection. You got a lot of what they call skin books in prison. Very valuable commodity, highly sought after. You can get killed if you damage somebody's skin book, you know. But you can rent them out. There's dudes who rent them out for stamps. Now, you rent the book out. It comes in a manila envelope. You don't look at the book with the dude. You might look at the cover and he'll show you a couple different ones. You pick one. But you know, you don't sit there. You do not sit with another man and look at the pages of a skin book. That is a major no-no. If a guy ever tried to do that to you in jail and look at the pictures with you, he's trying to see if you're getting aroused. He's trying to sex play you to see what your reaction is when he turns the pages of certain scenes. Don't do that. That's a wig split. You don't look at sex books with another man in prison, just like you're not gonna sit on the street and watch porn with another dude unless that's what you like, which, like I said, that's your business. But I'm telling you, you don't do that in prison. You do not look at another sex book with another man in a cell. That's predatorial type stuff, man. That's copping affection. I'm putting you up on game, man, because a lot of dudes ain't putting you up on no game, and you got a lot of weird moves. People are master manipulators in prison. You got a lot of sick individuals in there, and I want you guys to be able to survive, and better yet, not even go. But just a little game. If you got a homie up in there, you call him, you tell him about this copping affection. Tell him, man, about the fiend books to watch out, and about the dude who walks around a unit with his towel, the guy who walks to the shower in his shower shoes. Watch out for that guy. Watch out for that guy who's on swole, but he's trying to give you honey buns and soups with nothing in return. He's trying to turn you out. Be careful, man. Don't let the homie get turned out up in there, because if something happens, he ain't gonna tell you. I'm telling you because I want you to win, and I want to see the young cats, you know, leave in a worse situation than when they came in. Big Herc 916, fresh out. Stop walking around with a crusty butt, smelly ball sack, and a funky hoo-ha. Big Herc said, wash that ass. Pick you up a t-shirt at freshoutseries.com. Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at freshoutseries.com.